Here we are, everyone. Another video by Dr. Modder about cars modding. So this one's gonna be about which models I'll release paint jobs for. Because as you might have noticed, I have been I've been going back to releasing stuff. So I've released the Cruise model under Jeremy's permission, as well as my Cars X NASCAR paint jobs that someone tried to steal credit for. I'm not going to say who it is, but I made those paint jobs, and if they look similar, I apologize. I just I just made them the best quality I could. Anyway, so this this will go over all the paint jobs I'll release. So anyway, so here's the thing with Lightning. So Lightning's an interesting case because I'll release paint jobs for him, but at the same time I won't because I don't have permission to release this particular model of Lightning. But I do have permission to release paint jobs that I make for the PS3 model because that one's gonna be, I believe, is going to be used for the new version of High Octane still. So it can stay consistent with these Racerama model to the Racerama outs. Or maybe Racerama McQueen, I don't know. But either way, PS3 McQueen is currently publicly available in the latest version of High Octane that's currently available. So, or as it's more known as Super Drive, which is a stupid name. Anyway, so if I get permission from Jeremy to actually release Cars of Video Game Wii McQueen, I'll try and bundle him with Monster McQueen right here. Yeah, I actually added the monster trucks to road races so they can be like in Cars of Video Game, where you can actually play as the monster trucks in some of the races. So, yeah. So all the Racer Armor McQueen outs, they will be released in the next version of High Octane with the new added wheels. So any paint jobs I make for them will be released. It will be released once the new version comes out. And then here's World Grand Prix Lightning. Any paint jobs since this model is publicly available, I'll credit Trip every time I do one for it. And yeah. And some of the paint jobs are made by Blast, so only Blast has authority to release his paint jobs. And I do have permission to release at least 2 of his paint jobs in an upcoming pack. But yeah. Just nobody steal it, okay? Okay, anyway, you got his tunes outs. And they're currently publicly available. And the neon here doesn't really make a difference for Dragon Lightning because it's just his regular model but with added neon. Later, any paint jobs I make for this model will be compatible with his current publicly available model for a High Octane, which is his Incinerator model. Since this is his Cars of Video Game Xbox 360 model, which uses the Incinerator texture mapping. So yeah, we can actually. So yeah, this is actually doable, and all of the tunes outs are available, so I can release whatever I make for them. Sally, so the wing indents will not be included for any of the downloads because I actually do have the non-winged versions backed up. So yeah, so any paint jobs I make for Sally will since this is the Wii model, and the Wii model is very different from the Xbox 360 one. And because of that, all of her paint jobs will be released once the new version of High Octane comes out. So yeah, so Doc, I'm currently using his PC model, but I might make paint jobs for his like PS3 model. We'll see. Ramon uses his PS3 model, which is going to be used in pretty much every High Octane after the one that's currently publicly available. Flo uses her PS3 model as well, so any model any version of High Octane will be compatible with her. Sheriff uses his PC model in my game, but I don't really have any paint jobs I want to make for Sheriff yet, or at least any ideas for at the moment. But yeah. Sarge uses his Cars of Video Game Xbox 360 model, and this custom texture was made by Shy Guy, if I remember correctly. But yeah. So any paint jobs that I specifically make for myself, well, for Sarge, will be publicly available for him because his texture mapping is the same as the PS3 Sarge. So you guys will get your hands on whatever paint jobs I make for him. And then you got Fillmore, who uses his PC model, but I can easily translate any paint job you wish to his PS3 model. I also have an upcoming voice mod for Fillmore, so stay tuned for that. See, Guido uses his one model pretty much, so everything he has will be publicly released. Luigi uses his Course of Video Game Xbox 360 model, which is basically the same thing as his PS3 model, and he actually uses this in the current version of Superdrive / High Octane. That's currently publicly available. So you'll get so the NASCAR Luigi paint job that I have will work on this model. Will work on any version of Superdrive or High Octane. God, I hate the name Superdrive. Anyways, Lizzie, she uses her PS3 model, so that's publicly available. Same thing with Red. Holly is not publicly available. I mean, it doesn't say Holly, it's my OC, but Jordan does have plans to update this model soon, but he's just taking a break because real life and all that. But from what I heard, but yeah. Anyway, so Chick Kicks, excuse me for the wide eyes for a moment there, but trying to work on that. But he uses Course of Video Game Wii model, but every single texture for Xbox 360 Chick Kicks will actually be used for this mod. Is compatible with this model as well. So you don't have to wait for any Chick Kicks related paint jobs to be for the new version. And of course, the recolors will not be sent because they're edited versions of already existing paint jobs made by someone else. I don't know because I edited them without permission, pretty much. But as long as I don't release them, they should be fine. Then we got Check Modified. He's currently publicly available, so it doesn't really matter. So I can release any paint jobs I make for him. Same thing with King. And I have these two for a future project I want to make soon. Same thing for Daryl. Cruz I publicly release under Jeremy's permission. So therefore, anything I make for Cruz will be publicly available. Wings not included. Jackson Storm is a publicly available model, so I'll release stuff for him. Louise Nash, nothing has been publicly released for her yet. So, like her model's not publicly available, so only Jordan has the authority to do that. So, yeah. And this thing's not included. So, all the World Grand Prix racers, they're all publicly available, so I can make paint jobs, I will release paint jobs for them. And then all the Piston Cup racers, any paint jobs I make for them are also publicly available. And this is what I was talking about, a Tom Marcus pack. Nothing really much needs to be said. I'll elaborate a bit further if you guys still don't know. Yeah, and you can see my Piston Cup racers are now the Cars 1 numbers because, well, Cars 1 chronologically comes before Cars the video game, so you'll see Greg Cameron before you see Gunther. So anyway, yeah, Mia and Tia, so one of his wings and the other one doesn't. I do have the winged things for Mia backed up. It's just that I never switched back after that showcase video. So any model I make for them is currently publicly available. Now Boost, his texture mapping is similar, but at the same time it's not. But this model will be in the new version of High Octane, because I got early access before I got banned, which is a long story. Anyway, so Wingo will be Wingo will be in the next version of Octane, so which is Wii Wingo, and his texture mapping is very different from the Xbox 360 one. So yeah, so any paint jobs we make for him will not be publicly available up until the new version of High Octane comes out. Same thing with DJ Snarrod. He's been pretty consistent through and through. Like all of his models from the Gen 7 era have all been consistent, except for Avalanche, which I don't count. So any paint jobs I specifically make for him will be publicly available at some point if I ever choose to if I ever want to release them. So Fletcher currently uses his vanilla model, and I might make some for his PS3 model. Just depends, really. I haven't really made anything for him, and same thing would apply to Gerald. I do have plans to make something for El Guapo, but not at the moment. Papo, I do have his Wii model, but that will be for when the new version of High Octane comes out. And all the paint jobs I have for Papo currently are also available for the 360 model, so I might do that. Vince, while he uses his Cars Big Game Wii model, all of his textures are compatible with his PS3 model, which is currently publicly available. So yeah. Yeah, and all the Queen's Gang in general have the same texture mapping, so any paint jobs I make for them will be publicly released. Goodman and Beta Goodman and Beta Yuri, they're not publicly available right now, so I'll just um uh, I'll just pretty much not I'll just not release paint jobs made for them because I don't really have any paint jobs made for them at the moment, except for this World Grand Prix Sven. And until I get permission to release these, you're not going to get any paint jobs from these guys. But any international character will have their paint jobs released because they're all publicly available. Even Goodman, even though he uses his Cars Big Game Wii model, he actually his Cars Made International Wii model, since his PS3 model is someone did a goofy on it, which is a long story. But yeah, he's fine everywhere else. It's just the PS3 model is kind of where they messed up. So all the students, I'm probably not gonna make paint jobs for them, but they will be publicly available. Same thing for Ben and all the Racerama characters because they all have one model. And Mac, who's Racerama apparently. I mean, he is in Racerama. It's just he didn't debut in that game. But any paint jobs I make for Mac will be publicly available because that's the model that's currently available. It's just that I think with custom models now we can get rid of those back tires over there. So yeah. So yeah. Kabuto, even though this is a custom model, any paint jobs I make for him will be publicly released. And then same thing for Mater's Cousins and Fred. They generally have the same texture mapping, so yeah, and same thing goes for Bubba and the Taters and all the monster trucks and Sully and Mike. So yeah, any paint jobs so most of the stuff I will publicly release. It's just that, and some stuff I'll only publicly release once the new version of High Octane comes out. And I currently do use the Cars of Video Game Xbox 360 El Guapo since he looks a bit more serious and not derpy. I'm pretty sure that's going to be fixed in the new version of High Octane that Code is making. Because El Guapo is going to be using his Cars the Video Game Wii model. And possibly it'll look a bit more serious as well in that one. So yeah, that was basically me going over all the stuff that's going to be released. And there might be like one-off packs, like paint jobs I couldn't really fit into a specific category or stuff like that. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.